When you get 5 ties in a row, it's like the results get hard.
Yeah, of course. I think in certain games you need to score at certain times. Particularly the last 2 games, I think, the New York City game, I think we could have scored. I think we rode our luck at times in that game in particular, but the Montreal game and in this game tonight, I think we've done enough to win them, so very disappointing.
I mean, when Carroll has as many chances, you feel like you're doing what you need to do, to set things up?
Yeah, of course, yeah, but it's not just on him. I know he's a striker, but I think we need to relieve the pressure from him, and goals need to start coming from different areas, and that's something that I've always thought that I can provide. So hopefully that you can take the pressure off the strikers. He's scored 2 wonderful goals tonight. He had a big chance to get his hat-trick, but it just wasn't to be for him. But yeah, disappointing overall to draw that game.
How about playing out here for the first time as a starter and experiencing that?
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. The atmosphere at the start, the atmosphere through the game was brilliant, and the fans stuck with us right through to the end. So yeah, we're disappointed that we couldn't give them the win that we felt as if we deserved. Came off it, and in this league I've seen quite quickly that the quality is right up there. So if you come off it and somebody gets in behind, then they're going to take their chances. So that's what happens tonight, and it's another learning curve for us, and hopefully we do.
You've been a part of 2 matches now where the team's leading and they let those leads go. What are you noticing in this squad? I mean, they're 7 winless. Maybe what are the positives, or how can this team kind of get out of that hump?
Yeah, there is positives. Of course, there's positives. You want to win every game, but if you can't win it, you don't lose them. So I know that you're saying that there's 5 ties in a row here, which is absolutely true. And I think if you score goals at certain times, it puts a complete different complexion on a run of form. If you win one game, and I've always said that momentum is the most important thing in football, and if you can get momentum, then you're off and running. It gives you such a head start into it. We just need a couple of results, a couple of big performances, and as I say, to score at the right times and get the wins, and then it can completely change.
Nice. And then one of the things what are you noticing, particularly in the squad currently? They sit out of a playoff spot. I believe 12 games to go. Is it a feeling of pressure? We need to get wins. What are you feeling from the squad just coming in?
Yeah, when you're playing soccer, there's always pressure because you're representing somebody. There's an owner, there's a manager that wants the best. So there's pressure everywhere. There's supporters that want the best. So if you don't feel pressure, then you need to put pressure on yourself, because that's what soccer's all about. You need to have that self-examination and self-reflection, and you put that onto you. So there's always pressure. But pressure comes in different ways. You either embrace it or you get nervous and come off it. And I've made my full career on feeling that pressure and thriving on it. And speaking to loads of these boys in here, I think we're on to something. We just need, as I say, a couple of results to go our way, and hopefully we can push for that playoff spot.
I mean, you're a player with a lot of experience. What would you say is like the #1 thing you want to add to the squad right now?
Goals. Goals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your call for USA Canada tomorrow night?
I've watched the Gold Cup. I've been seeing the performances. I don't think Canada's playing at this minute in time particularly great, but up against that US team that are flying with big results, and you can see what you want about the competition and the teams that they're playing against. They're firing on all cylinders. I think it'll be a close game, and hopefully Canada can do it.
When Canada has their full roster together, what do you think they're capable of?
Yeah, well, you've seen them go to the World Cup, absolutely wiping the floor with that CONCACAF group. Fantastic manager, fantastic assistant managers, even right up to Vic and the head of the federation. So they've got everything to keep going, and this squad at this minute in time is absolutely thriving. And you've seen that, when you lose players, 5 or 6 starters in that team, that it can, the depth sort of takes a little hit. So I think they're capable of anything, and I think they're going to do what they did in the World Cup again and make a little bit of impact.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Kerwin, ¿cómo estás? Bueno, una vez más se les escapa un partido. Vienen de tener partidos que sacan la ventaja, pero no la pueden mantener. ¿Por qué crees que está pasando eso?
No, bueno, creo que estamos creando muchas opciones, siempre creamos, nos ponemos arriba. Está pasando que cometemos errores o le damos espacio al rival, pero bueno, vamos a seguir trabajando para mejorar muchas cosas y seguimos sabiendo que Cincinnati es un rival muy fuerte, le damos espacio, pero vamos a trabajar y vamos a esperar que nos encontremos en Real.
¿Cuál es la sensación más allá? Sabemos que Cincinnati es el equipo que es líder, no solo en la Conferencia del Este, sino en toda la MLS. ¿La sensación es que sacaron un buen empate con el que es líder o que se perdieron 3 puntos?
No, se perdieron 3 puntos. Creo que el primer tiempo lo manejamos, tuvimos la pelota. Segundo tiempo, lastimosamente, como le digo, le dimos espacio, tuvieron oportunidad y bueno, se dieron, pero estamos creando una pelota en el palo y todo. Quedamos con un agridulce porque teníamos los 3 puntos y nuevamente quedamos con uno.
En lo personal, ¿cómo te estás sintiendo? ¿No jugaste el partido pasado? ¿Hoy fuiste a jugar? ¿Saliste de cambio? ¿Cómo te estás sintiendo?
No, bueno, me siento bien. Creo que las decisiones que tiene el míster, los 11 que pone siempre son los 11 que él cree que están listos. También siempre que estoy en el banco estoy esperando para dar lo mejor de mí. Me siento bien y bueno, esperar el próximo.
¿Cuánto crees que va a influir no poder contar con Enzo con tantos partidos después de esa lesión?
No, bueno, un jugador muy importante que lo necesitamos, ¿no? Ha influido bastante, pero bueno, le deseo una recuperación muy buena y espero que regrese pronto.
La última de mi parte. Recién hablábamos con la gente, con el público, y la sensación del público es que empieza a desconfiar un poco del equipo, no tiene esperanza de los playoffs. ¿Qué mensaje le puedes mandar?
Sí, creo que es normal, llevamos 5 empates, pero no, le digo a la gente que siga confiando, que tenemos un grupo muy fuerte y sé que el próximo juego que viene siempre salimos a dar lo mejor. Pero le mando muchas gracias por el apoyo siempre y bueno, vamos a seguir trabajando para darle la alegría que se merece.
Gracias, Kerwin.
Quinto empate consecutivo, y ¿qué sensaciones deja este quinto empate de los últimos 4 partidos? El Charlo se ha llevado la victoria en el primer tiempo. O sea, ¿qué es lo que dice el técnico Lattanzio en el vestuario? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? Porque se siente en el público que la situación es un poco crítica.
Sí, bueno, como le digo, siempre estamos con un agridulce, ¿no? Porque empezamos ganando, empezamos muy bien, creamos muchas opciones, nos ponemos arriba en el marcador, pero como le digo, también somos seres humanos, cometemos algunos errores, nos cobran, pero bueno, seguimos trabajando, buscamos, siempre intentamos, pero lastimosamente no se nos da, pero sé que con el trabajo se nos va a dar.
Tienes tu nuevo compañero Scott. ¿Cómo crees que personalmente va a ayudar la manera en la que tú juegas en el campo?
No, bueno, un jugador muy experiente, ¿no? Que juega muy bien, es un jugador muy técnico, muy hábil. Creo que va a ayudar mucho al equipo en la transición rápida. Esperemos con más tiempo se adapte un poco.
Gracias. Okay. Gracias, Kerwin.
Yeah, but obviously I'm frustrated because I think what I was saying just before the game, we fall into that trap again, and we don't realize. First 5 minutes, I promised myself to be very calm today, whatever happened. The first 5 minutes, I got really nervous because I could see that, despite what we said, we were prepared to play and to keep playing. We start to go into this play long balls when we have no need to stay on the same side, when we can switch it. And I didn't like that at all, and that's what happens inevitably. Make a mistake, a silly mistake, and then it can happen. And we need to overcome that, because there is probably the fear of losing what we have. And this is something that I personally don't like. I told them I take the responsibility. You go out and play, and then if anything happens, I'll take the blame and responsibility, no problem. I want us to play. And it's frustrating, but at the same time, put things into context. And I know we were 2-0 up, but we get frustrated because we drew against the team that is top of the MLS at the moment. So, you know, this also has to be considered. But what the boys show, that when we play, we can play face-to-face, toe-to-toe against everybody in the league. Okay, they miss some plays, but we also miss some players. And I think that we can compete with everybody, but we need to overcome that and to be maybe more clinical, of course. When we create chances, we created a few. To close the game down, unfortunately we didn't. But for me, the important thing, we keep playing. We keep playing when we have the possibility. And I thought we had the possibility, and we decided unconsciously, we started to go in this game long, and then after, we felt, in my opinion, I felt that the boys, because the boys want to please the crowd, you know. They want to please the crowd, they want to get a win, and then they are extra anxious about that, in my opinion, and we need to control better those moments. But anyway.
It seemed like when you guys went 2-0 up, it's still in the first half, it just, the goals fed themselves and the energy was building, and then halftime just kind of brought it all down, and there was a nervous energy after halftime. How do you move forward and get through halftime without losing all the momentum?
Listen, if you were halftime, maybe next time I said, guys, go out, be nervous, and you know, because halftime the atmosphere was good. Said we need to keep going and keep playing, because by playing we are in this situation of 2-0 up. We know that they are going to be dangerous in certain situations that we studied, but we control that. Sometimes, you know, Acosta might find the pass, Kubo can find the run, Sergio Santos can find the run, Barreal, Arias, but more or less I thought that we were not in such a great danger. So I said, as long as we control those situations that we studied, and we keep playing, because some of the chances that they had were from us making some mistakes, but I can live with that, because if we were in the position to be 2-0 up, it's because we are playing. So I don't want to play long balls you know, to wait the ball coming back, and because this is not our identity. So our challenge is to play for as long as possible the game that we want to play. But there are also many positive. I think it was a good debut from Scott. I thought that few players had a good game, and collectively I thought that we tactically we were not bothered. We were bothered more by individual playing against, and in which they were really good, and they found a penalty, and where we should have defended a lot better both goals.
The status on Derek Jones and Mickey Mouse?
I don't know. I felt that the leg was getting tight, so I think he was pretty smart in coming out without making the injury worse. I hope that's the case, but I don't have any update as sure, because we need to do some exams rather than, you know. But hopefully it's going to be hopefully not bad.
And then one of the things that you guys have mentioned a lot, and that's come out from the front office, is patience for what you're building. We're 22 games into the season now, 7 winless, you know, the worst defensive record in the league. There's frustration growing in the fan base. What are the positives that the people that maybe aren't believing in this process, you think, what are the positives that they can look at to say, to trust that you guys are headed in the right direction?
Listen, I only worried about the work that I do with the boys on a daily basis. I really don't follow the social that much, if at all. It's important what the club believes. Until they think that I am doing a job that is bringing the club forward, and then the day that they will not want that anymore, they will let me know. Cannot be too much worried about anything else. I need to see. I think that the frustration this is the second year that we are in the league. We had, you know, difficult moments in this club, and I think that we are heading in the right direction, in the sense that we play toe-to-toe against everybody. I'm the first one to be frustrated when I'm in front. I want to win, but at the same time, we don't get embarrassed on a weekly basis. We play against the team that is top of the MLS. We are 2-0 up. We are all disappointed here, like if we lost 5-0 at home. And we drew. So again, I don't really concern myself about that. If they want, until the people think that I'm doing a job to bring the club forward, I will be here, and then there will be a time that will tell me to stop, and I'm very serene in that sense. I feel frustrated not about that. I feel frustrated because I want to give the fans the points whenever possible, the wins, and I want our players to win games because they put a lot of effort into that. But evidently we need to improve certain things, and we will keep working on that. That's my focus is on that.
So, Coach, today Guzman Curvo does play 90.
Mm-hmm.
How much of that was planned beforehand? Is he, starting to look like he could be ready for 90s in the future, or is that a product of what happened with Derek Jones?
No, the product, no. It's when you have a central defender, when you have any player on the pitch, you want them to, you assume that they can play 90 minutes, otherwise they wouldn't be in, or they would start from the bench. So whoever starts is because you know that he can go 90 minutes. So that was our goal since he came back. He felt a few times tighten up his calf. And so that was the reason for which we wanted to bring him, give him the possibility to rest and not to potentially have a muscle injury, but I think it's normal that he should be playing 90 minutes. So from now on, like everybody start the game, we assume that he is ready to play 90 minutes.
And can you tell me your thoughts on Kerwin Vargas' performance tonight?
Kerwin, I thought he did well. He made a good assist, and he was working hard. I just wanted to change the wingers because I know that they were doing a lot of work defensively, and we were going a little bit deeper. And I wanted to play more. So to have, maybe Justin is a guy that has got different characteristics from Kerwin. And also Mackenzie, I thought that with them we were going a little bit more vertical. I wanted to control the game a little bit more. And obviously, like always happens, you do the subs, and if we score the 2 goals with Carroll, everything is great. I thought that we played after until the end. We made the red card was caused by us playing. It wasn't something that the referee give you for free. So I thought that we started to play, created more chances. Unfortunately, we didn't take those, and so everything looks doom and gloom, but it's not. In my opinion, there are many positive things, and we have very good wingers. I kept Brandon Cambridge out from the squad, but he's another guy that works well, just because I think that we needed a little bit more experience. But I think Kerwin's performance was, I'm happy with Kerwin.
So, Coach, what can you say to us about Carroll's performance? From my point of view, on another night he could have had a hat trick or a haul.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think it's one of those games where he could have scored 4 goals. It's a shame he didn't put the 3rd one, because at that moment I think the game would be over. If he finished that one, we go 3-1 just after they scored. Unfortunately, it happened to us on a number of occasions. We create chances, and then we didn't take that one, but he played well. He scored in the first half. He scored 2 very good goals. He was dangerous, and he also created the other one to score again when he hit the post. He looked to me maybe he could have. I don't know if he could arrive on the cross of Camille. I mean, perspective, I can't really see that. He said to me it was difficult. Listen, from a number 9, that's what you want. You want a guy that works hard. He scored 2. Yes, he could score another 1, and then because he's good enough to do that in those situations. But everybody, listen, you win together, you lose together, or you draw together. So I think Carroll he had a good game. I wish he found the hat-trick, because I think he deserved to score another 1.
And then, Coach, I know it's been addressed a little bit, but fans aside, social media aside, all that aside, focusing on what you're doing with the boys, what are you doing with them to move forward from these doldrums, these 5 draws in a row?
Can you imagine if we lost 5 in a row?
Yeah.
But also, I have to say this. I mean, the way you are talking, I don't know, because I don't really follow the social, it looks like all the fan base, but I also see a lot of people that they seem to be behind the team. I mean, they don't have to be behind me. I understand that it works like that in football, but it looks like that is a front united that it might be, I don't know, maybe on the, maybe, no, but it's important. The fans are important. It's an important part of the club, you know. But I am concerned, I want to make the fans happy by creating a team that play football and that can have good performances against everybody. So now we had 5 draws, away from home in not easy place to go, and it looks like, it looks like it's doom and gloom. But I think I disagree with that. I wanted a little bit more in terms of performance to, but the results are, you know, are not as bad as few of you seems to make it look like, or some people.
All right, last one today.
Can you talk a little bit about Scott Arfield playing his play today? And just
Good debut. You can see Scott is the way he plays with the ball and without the ball. He's very experienced. I think people around him appreciated his calm, he's composed. He's a very good addition to our squad, and I think it will be important also in terms of creation of helping us to play with more calmness. Obviously he needs to find the rhythm for the 90 minutes, but as you could see, I thought he's an important player for us. Also in those in the transition moments and in the moments where the game could have gone the other way, because now the momentum shifted, and I thought it was important with his experience, his talking, to get us through the game.
And follow up, what changes did you make after they came out those first 5 minutes? We know you made some subs, but as far as tactically, what did you do?
It's not that you have to change tactically. I don't think that the problem was tactically. The tactically is that we didn't play. Is for the first 6, 7, 8 minutes we started to go long and vertical when they kind of gave us the possibility to do what we did in the first half, to move the ball side to side, and for some reason we didn't control, and these moments are key. So it's not that you have to change tactical. I try to make a tactical change at the end when they go 10 men to push Patrick and Carol to press them really high so that they have to kick long. And we had the ball a lot, but unfortunately the last pass or the last cross was not precise enough. But I think we created chances when they were with 10 men, and that was the tactical change. I want them to kick the ball long so that we can win, get it back, and go at them. That was the idea. But I didn't think that tactically that's a problem. They got this transition moment in which we didn't control the game good enough as we could have done and we should have done.